life slips through our fingers faster than we realize. One day you wake up feeling strong. The next, you notice time hitting you like a train. I have seen too many people take their days for granted. They walk around as if tomorrow is guaranteed. But let me tell you something. Most people are dying faster than they think. It is not the big things that take them down. It is the little signs they ignore. I have watched men and women who could have lived longer, happier lives. Instead, they slowly wasted away, blind to the truth. You might think you are fine. Maybe you feel decent. You go through the motions, work, eat, sleep, repeat. But that does not mean you are really living. It does not mean your body and mind are not shutting down bit by bit. The worst part? Most people do not even realize it until it is too late. I have learned the hard way. I have watched friends, family, and even myself slip into the trap. And I am here to warn you before you fall too deep. If you notice these 3 signs in your life, you need to wake up. These are the signals that your body and soul are fading faster than you think. Do not ignore them. Do not brush them off as normal. Because by the time you admit it, the damage might already be done. The first sign is simple but deadly. You wake up tired even after a full night's sleep. I am not talking about a rough night here and there. I mean waking up every single morning feeling like you barely slept. You hit the alarm, roll out of bed, and the exhaustion clings to you like a weight you cannot shake. That is not normal. That is your body screaming for help. I used to think it was just a part of getting older. Everyone around me said the same thing. That is life. That is aging. But they were wrong. Chronic fatigue is not natural. It is a sign your body is working overtime to keep up. Maybe it is stress. Maybe it is poor nutrition. Maybe it is something worse. But if you wake up drained every day, you are burning out from the inside. And burnout does not end well. I have seen people ignore it until their health crumbled. Heart problems. Weakened immune systems. Depression creeping in like a thief in the night. It does not happen all at once. It is slow, silent, and ruthless. The second sign is one that most people laugh off. But it is killing them faster than they know. You have lost the spark for the things you once loved. Pay attention here. When was the last time you felt genuinely excited about something? When did you last wake up with fire in your gut? If you cannot remember, you are in danger. I have seen people lose interest in life without even realizing it. They stop caring about their hobbies. Their conversations turn dull and repetitive. The things that once brought them joy feel like a chore. That is not just boredom. That is a sign your spirit is withering. And when the soul starts to die, the body is not far behind. I learned this lesson watching a good friend of mine. He was full of life. Always had a joke. Always had a dream. Then one day, he stopped. Said he was too busy. Said he had responsibilities. I told him to be careful. But he brushed it off. Years passed, and that fire in his eyes faded. His laughter became rare. His health declined. And before he even hit old age, he was gone. Not from an accident. Not from some sudden disease. His body just gave up because his soul had given up long before. The third sign is the most dangerous of all. You have accepted a life that does not challenge you. I need you to really hear this. If you go through your days just existing, never pushing yourself, never growing, you are already dying. A body that is not challenged weakens. A mind that is not tested fades. A soul that is not inspired crumbles. I know this because I have been there. There was a time when I got too comfortable. I stopped learning new things. I stopped taking risks. I told myself I was fine. But deep down, I was rotting. My energy dropped. My health slipped. And the worst part? I did not even care. That is what happens when you stop challenging yourself. Life turns dull. And dullness is just another word for slow death. I had to fight my way out of it. I forced myself to try new things. I started working my body, even when it hurt. I picked up books, had tough conversations, and pushed past my comfort zone. And do you know what happened? I felt alive again. My energy came back. My mind got sharper. My body stopped aching all the time. If you recognize any of these signs in your life, do not make excuses. Do not tell yourself it is normal. Do not wait for things to get worse. Because trust me, they will. I have seen too many people ignore these warnings until it was too late. And once your body and mind give in, there is no turning back. But here is the good news. You can turn things around. You can take control before it is too late. Start with the first step. If you wake up tired every day, fix your sleep. Not just by sleeping more, but by sleeping better. Cut out the garbage that messes with your rest. Reduce stress, eat right, and give your body what it needs. If you have lost your spark, do something that scares you. Go back to the things you loved. Try something new, no matter how small. Force yourself to feel something again. It will be uncomfortable at first. But that discomfort means you are waking up. And if you have settled into a life of no challenges, break out. Push yourself every day. Learn something difficult. Move your body in ways that test you. Have deep, uncomfortable conversations. Get out of the routine that is slowly killing you. You do not have time to waste. Every day you ignore these signs is another step toward an early grave. I am telling you this because I care. Because I have seen too many good people fade away before their time. You do not have to be one of them. But the choice is yours. Most people will read this and nod along, then go right back to their slow decline. Do not be most people. Take this as the warning it is. Check yourself. Wake up. And start living before it is too late. Because whether you realize it or not, the clock is ticking. And you do not have as much time as you think. Now, let's clear some common questions. Can you reverse the process of slow death? And if so, what is the first thing you must do immediately? You can feel it, can't you? The slow pull of time weighing you down. The loss of energy. The dullness creeping into your days. Maybe you wake up tired no matter how much you sleep. Maybe you have lost the fire you once had. Maybe you have settled into a routine that does not challenge you. That is how it begins. That is how the slow death starts. Most people do not see it coming. They think they are just aging, just busy, just stressed. But I am telling you the truth. It is not just life happening to you. It is a slow decline. And if you do nothing, it will keep taking more until there is nothing left. But there is good news. You can stop it. You can reverse the process before it is too late. You do not have to accept the slow fade into exhaustion and emptiness. I know this because I have been there. I have felt it. I have watched it take hold of people I care about. And I have seen those who fight back and win. If you are willing to act now, you can bring yourself back to life. But you must be willing. You must wake up and make a choice. The first step is the most important. And it is not complicated. You must wake up to the truth of your own decline. You must admit that you are not as alive as you once were. You must stop making excuses, stop calling it normal, stop waiting for it to get better on its own. That is the first thing you must do. Look in the mirror and be honest. Are you really living, or are you just existing? That moment of truth is where everything changes. If you cannot admit where you are, you will never find your way out. Once you see it, once you know you are slipping away, you must act immediately. There is no time to wait. The longer you hesitate, the deeper you sink. You must start moving, start challenging yourself, start shaking off the weight that is dragging you down. That is where people fail. They see the problem, but they do nothing. They wait for motivation, for the right moment, for life to get easier. But it never does. You must act before your mind talks you out of it. Your body is the first place to start. If you have been feeling tired, weak, sluggish, it is because you have neglected it. You do not need to become an athlete. You do not need to train for a marathon. But you do need to move. You need to push your body in ways that remind it that it is alive. Start small if you must, but start. Stretch in the morning. Walk when you would usually sit. Lift something heavy. Feel your muscles burn again. Feel your lungs work. The body is not meant to be idle. When you stop using it, it starts to shut down. I have seen people regain years of their life just by getting back in touch with their physical strength. I have seen others lose themselves completely because they let their body waste away. But the body alone is not enough. You must also wake up your mind. If you have stopped learning, if you have stopped challenging yourself, you are already in decline. A mind that is not growing is a mind that is dying. Pick up a book. Learn something difficult. Have a conversation that forces you to think. Get uncomfortable. People think comfort is happiness, but it is not. Comfort is a slow poison. It dulls you, makes you soft, makes you weak. You must break free from it. Seek challenges. Seek growth. That is how you bring your mind back to life. And then there is the soul. The most dangerous part of slow death is when your soul gives up before your body does. If you feel numb, if you have lost excitement for life, that is a warning sign you cannot ignore. You must find something that makes you feel again. It does not matter what it is. Maybe it is a dream you abandoned. Maybe it is an adventure you have been afraid to take. Maybe it is simply reconnecting with the people who once made you laugh. Do not let your soul wither away in routine and duty. Do something that reminds you what it feels like to be alive. But here is the part no one wants to hear. This will not be easy. Reversing slow death is not a comfortable process. It requires effort. It requires discomfort. It requires you to break old habits and face things you have been avoiding. Most people will not do it. They will hear this and agree, but they will go right back to their slow decline. Do not be most people. Do not wait until it is too late. If you are reading this, if you feel even the smallest part of you waking up, act now. Do not start tomorrow. Do not start next week. Start now. Stand up. Move your body. Do something different. Make a choice that shakes you out of the numbness. Every second you hesitate is another second lost. You do not have time to waste. Life is not waiting for you. And neither is death. The choice is yours. Will you keep fading, or will you fight for your life? What simple but powerful actions can reignite your energy, restore your mental sharpness, and bring life back into your body and soul? I know what it feels like to wake up and realize you have lost something. That sharpness you once had. That energy that used to carry you through the day. That feeling of being fully alive. It does not disappear all at once. It fades slowly, so slowly that you do not even notice until one day you wake up, look in the mirror, and see someone you barely recognize. Your body feels heavier. Your mind is not as quick as it used to be. Your soul feels distant, as if you are watching your own life from the outside. It is a terrible place to be, but I am here to tell you something. You are not stuck. No matter how far you have drifted, you can come back. You can reignite your energy, sharpen your mind, and bring life back into your body and soul. But you must act now. You must stop waiting for the perfect time, the perfect plan, the perfect motivation. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes. And trust me, I have seen too many people wait until it was too late. The first thing you must do is move. It sounds too simple, but it is the foundation of everything. If you are tired, if you feel sluggish, if your mind is foggy, it is because your body has fallen into a state of stillness. And stillness is death. You must get up and move. Walk. Stretch. Lift something heavy. Do not wait until you feel like it. Do it now. Your body is designed for movement. The more you move, the more energy you will have. I have seen people come back to life just by making this one change. They started small. A short walk in the morning. A few push-ups before bed. Then something shifted. Their energy started to return. Their minds became clearer. Their bodies grew stronger. It is not about becoming an athlete. It is about reminding your body that it is alive. Once your body starts moving, your mind will follow. But you must feed it. You must challenge it. If you have been feeling mentally dull, it is because you have stopped pushing your brain. You have settled into routines that require no real thought. You must break free from that. Read something difficult. Solve problems. Learn a new skill. Do anything that forces your brain to work harder than it is used to. The brain is like a muscle. If you do not use it, it weakens. I have met people who thought they were losing their memory, thought they were getting old, thought their minds were slipping away. But the truth was, they had simply stopped challenging themselves. The moment they started using their minds again, everything sharpened. It was not magic. It was effort. But the mind and body are only part of the equation. If your soul is tired, nothing else will matter. A strong body and a sharp mind mean nothing if you feel empty inside. You must wake up your soul. You must remind yourself what it feels like to be truly alive. And the only way to do that is to feel something deeply again. Look at your life right now. When was the last time you felt excited about something? When was the last time you laughed so hard you could not breathe? When was the last time you did something just because it made you happy? If you cannot remember, that is a problem. You must bring those moments back. You must find something that stirs your emotions. Maybe it is a hobby you abandoned. Maybe it is music that once moved you. Maybe it is simply reaching out to an old friend and having a real conversation. Too many people let their lives become empty routines. They wake up, go through the motions, and wonder why they feel dead inside. But life is not meant to be survived. It is meant to be lived. If you have lost that spark, you must go find it. And you must do it now. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Do not tell yourself you will do it later. Later is a lie. Later is how people wake up one day and realize they have wasted years. It all starts with action. Small, simple actions that build over time. Move your body. Challenge your mind. Wake up your soul. Do these things every day, even when you do not feel like it, especially when you do not feel like it. Because the moment you stop waiting for motivation and start taking action, everything changes. Your energy comes back. Your mind sharpens. Your life starts to feel like it belongs to you again. I have seen it happen. I have lived it myself. And I promise you, if you do these things, you will feel alive again. But you must start now. You must take that first step before another day slips away. Because time does not wait. And neither should you. If you had only 1 year left to live, how differently would you act, and is it possible that you have already wasted too much time? If you had only 1 year left to live, would you live the way you are living right now? That question used to scare me. It forced me to look at my life and ask myself if I was truly awake or just drifting through my days, waiting for something to change. I have known too many people who spent their whole lives waiting. Waiting for the right time. Waiting for things to get easier. Waiting until they felt ready. But time does not wait. And before they knew it, life had slipped through their fingers. I ask you now. If you only had 1 year left, would you keep doing what you were doing? Would you spend your days the same way? Would you talk to people the same way? Would you waste hours scrolling through distractions, arguing over things that do not matter, letting days pass without meaning? Or would you change? Would you finally do the things you have been putting off? Would you finally say the words you have been too afraid to say? The truth is, most people do not realize how much time they have already wasted. They think they have forever. But one day, they wake up and see the years behind them. They look back and wonder where it all went. The things they thought they would do someday never happened. The dreams they once had became distant memories. The people they loved drifted away, not because of anger, but because life got in the way. And then they wonder, Could they have lived differently? I have been guilty of it too. I have wasted time. I have let fear stop me. I have let comfort trap me in routines that numb my soul. I have looked at opportunities and told myself I would take them later. But later is a lie. Later is the greatest thief there is. And if you keep waiting for later, one day you will find yourself with no time left at all. If I had only 1 year left, I would wake up differently. I would not waste my mornings in a fog of half-consciousness, letting time slip by while my mind wandered. I would get up with purpose, knowing that every sunrise was a gift I could not afford to take for granted. I would not rush through the day, treating it like an obstacle to get through. I would be present. Truly present. Because every moment would matter. I would speak differently too. I would not hold back words that needed to be said. I would tell the people I love how much they mean to me. I would not assume they already know. I would remind them every day. I would not waste time in pointless arguments or let pride keep me from making things right. I would let go of old grudges, because in the face of time running out, they would seem so small. I would take risks I have been too afraid to take. Not foolish risks, but the kind that matter. The risk of chasing a dream even if it might fail. The risk of stepping outside of comfort and into something unknown. The risk of showing up fully as myself, without fear of judgment. Because if I only had 1 year, the opinions of others would mean nothing. I would not waste a single second pretending to be someone I am not. I would stop waiting for permission to live. Too many people spend their lives waiting for the perfect moment. Waiting until they have more time, more money, more confidence. But there is never a perfect moment. There is only now. And if you keep waiting, life will pass you by. I would do the things I have been putting off. I would take the trip. I would write the book. I would start the project I have been too afraid to begin. Because if not now, when? But more than anything, I would make sure that when the year was over, I could look back and say I truly lived. Not just existed. Not just went through the motions. But lived. I would fill my days with meaning. I would spend time with people who lift my spirit. I would create memories instead of just watching life happen around me. I would make sure that when my time came, I had no regrets about the things I did not do. And here is the real question. Why am I not living that way already? Why is anyone not living that way? If we would do things differently with only 1 year left, why do we wait? The truth is, no one knows how much time they have. It could be decades. It could be days. None of us are promised more time. And yet, most people live as if they have an endless supply of tomorrows. I have wasted too much time. And maybe you have too. But that does not mean it is too late. It means you must start now. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Now. You must wake up as if this year is your last. You must stop waiting, stop hesitating, stop assuming you have more time. Because the moment you truly understand how precious time is, everything changes. You stop living small. You stop letting fear control you. You stop wasting moments that you will never get back. The choice is yours. Will you keep waiting, keep delaying, keep convincing yourself that you have time? Or will you wake up? Will you start living now, before it is too late? Because one day, your time will run out. And when that day comes, will you be able to say that you truly lived? If you liked today's discussion, don't forget to like the video, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to stay updated with every video we release. And yes, don't forget to share your experiences and thoughts in the comments. Every comment is special to us. Your feedback helps us improve further. We'll continue to meet you in every new video on this channel, so until next time, take care.